everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad to have you here. I had to check in because I've been hearing you've been unfair to yourself, you've been mean to yourself, you've been nasty to yourself. And my question is why? Why are you being nasty to yourself? Why are you being mean to yourself? Why are you being unfair to yourself? Okay? So, we're going to check in today because now is the perfect time to do what? To be gentle. So, a lot of times we are hard on ourselves because of something that we've done to someone or something we've done to ourselves that we're disappointed about, or something that has happened that really frustrated us, and now we're taking it out on ourselves by beating ourselves up, by creating thoughts that really conflict with the way that we actually desire to feel. And that's where we create stress for ourselves, because a lot of times we are processing things that have happened outside of us, or something that we've done that we wish we did differently, we take out on ourselves. And sometimes we beat ourselves up to the point that we think that it's productive and helpful and it'll help us not to do it again. But if we have learned anything about growing up and when we were kids, that our parents being disappointed in us hurt our feelings or may have upset us in the moment, but you still find yourself doing it again, even if you got in trouble, right? So the logic of beating yourself up to make yourself make a better decision is not helpful, but it's something we're taught constantly over and over again in society, in school, in our personal relationships. And the way something works with another person or something outside of us isn't the way it works within us. When it comes to dealing with another person, of course, a lot of times we're taught to create boundaries and to say no and to, stand our ground. But when it comes to matters with you taking care of yourself, it's not the same way. You can't handle it the same. When you stress yourself out, you find that a situation that happened in an instant or that happened in a moment will last in your head for 10 years or 9 years or a month or a week or hours if you let it. And it is very important to shift our attention, our perspective when it comes towards something that we've done that we've been disappointed about, or something that somebody did to us, or something we did, or something that we did to ourselves. It's so important to see that you can always change a behavior or change a decision in any moment. You can always begin again. Part of the issue with beating ourselves up is that it just recreates the same things over and over, because you get into this cycle of feeling like you can't do something different, or you can't do something better, or you can't make a better choice, or you don't know how, and you feel stuck. And the more you repeat and put your attention towards something that you feel has affected you in a negative way or in a stressful way, you just create more and more and more of that. You know the saying, where energy flows, that's what grows. Like, wherever you place your attention is what is going to grow, is what is going to affect you even more and more and more. That's why a lot of us have things that happened 10 years ago, 9 years ago, a month ago, a week ago, that we still think about, that we still ponder on, that we still beat ourselves up about. And I think you can also attest to this, that it hasn't been helpful. It isn't helpful to beat yourself up or to focus constantly on something that you don't like, or something that happened and that is no longer existing, that is completely dead and gone. And you're still giving it your energy, you're still giving it your attention and your time and your efforts towards it, thinking that by doing that, it'll make it better. You'll feel better about it if you analyze it over and over again. In reality, being graceful, being gentle with yourself is going to be the best tool towards changing something, towards making a better decision. And of course, at the same time, it's always important to take accountability, to be responsible for your choices or things that you have done. You are truly the only person who decides what will happen next in your world, in your life. So, of course, it's always important to take accountability and take responsibility, but that does not mean you beat yourself up. That does not mean you create guilt around what you've done. We are taught concepts and programmed on concepts that we create no balance with. For instance, a lot of times we're not able to apologize because we think that that'll make us feel guilty and that'll harbor this heavy weight on us. But in reality, taking accountability and taking responsibility for something that you've done that's been wrong, or something that you've done that didn't reap helpful results, is actually maturity and actually can allow you to move forward and make a better decision versus the idea that just because you apologize, that means you automatically have to feel guilty or feel weighed down by what you did. You can take accountability and responsibility for what you've done and also remain graceful and gentle with yourself. And yes, this may be easier said than done, but it's not impossible. All we're doing when we're beating ourselves up is creating more stress, more tension within our bodies, more anxiety within ourselves, more frustration towards ourselves that is completely unnecessary. And one thing that I've noticed is that usually when people are hard on themselves, they're hard on other people. Usually when people are nasty to other people, they're nasty to themselves. And you may ask, well, Kadira, how can I be gentle with myself when I've done this, I did this, and that, or this person did this to me? I have no way but to be on guard. I have no other option but to stand my ground and be hard on myself because I feel like that's the only way I can get through life. And trust me, I used to be very similar. And what I've learned through that is nothing has helped me more than by slowing down, by being easy and taking it easy on myself. At the end of the day, you are a human being. You're hopefully doing your absolute best each day when it comes to taking care of yourself, when it comes to the way you interact with others. The first step that I've learned with being gentle with myself and giving myself grace is slowing down. When we slow down, we have a better chance of making a conscious decision and choosing consciously, choosing wisely, kind of giving ourselves a moment to really understand that this is just a smoke and mirror. Okay, this really isn't a problem for real. Like, there is always a solution. One way that I utilize slowing down and making a conscious choice is by deciding to either look at the glass half full or half empty. For me, looking at the glass half empty creates limitations, creates frustration and stress because I'm seeing it as this is the only option. Like, I can only feel this way about the situation, which is not true at all. Like, I think all of us know that. But sometimes when we're in a state of compulsiveness and we are frustrated and stressed, we think that this is the only way to feel right now because this is the only logical solution. When you look at the glass half full, you realize that there are a number of possibilities, which means there are a number of solutions to this thing or this issue that we're seeing as a problem, that we're seeing as a frustration, as a stressor, as a disappointment. So slowing down is the first step that I suggest taking to entering that space of being gentle with yourself, of giving yourself grace. Another way I would say is really seeing that when you are frustrated, when you are stressed out, when you are disappointed, really looking at yourself and seeing, is this helpful? Like, because sometimes in a moment it may seem helpful because you're getting out this emotion, right? And that's helpful, getting out the emotion in the moment. But are you being reactive or are you being responsive? When you're reactive, you're compulsive and you see things very blurry. It's very much a smoke and mirror versus when you choose a conscious choice and a conscious decision, you see things very clear and you can move at the correct pace and in the proper direction that is beneficial for you. I would urge you to slow down and Allow yourself to see possibilities and solutions when situations arise in your life. When you want to choose to take the route of least effort by beating yourself up, by feeling guilty, I urge you to see yourself as a human being, see yourself as a person who's going to make mistakes. Like, nobody is going to get it right. Nobody can get every single thing right. There's no such thing as getting it right, to be honest. All you can do is move forward and take the best steps that you can and make better decisions. See see things as solutions. See that there are always solutions everywhere. Like, no matter what the situation is, there's always a solution to anything. Nothing is absolute, nothing is perfect, and it's not going to be. And you are not perfect. You are never going to be. What you can do is do the best that you can and move forward by being gentle with yourself, by you understanding that as long as you give your best effort, as long as you are showing up as your best, it's all good. Like, everything is going to work out. Everything is working out. Slow down. See solutions in your life and all around you. Look at a situation from a stance of, is there a solution for this? Is there a different way for me to respond to this than my usual way, than beating myself up, than getting angry with myself, which does nothing for me but make things worse? When you're really looking to make things better, a lot of times we tend to focus on the worst possible scenario, thinking that that will make things better. And it's counterproductive because it never does. It literally only makes things worse. So slow down, assess for solutions, okay? You're doing the best that you can. You're a human being. You're breathing, you're alive, you're doing amazing. There's no guide to life. Being gentle with yourself provides you with so many solutions. It allows you to see things clearly and see things the way they are, not the way that your mind or your emotions are blurring things for you. Be gentle with yourself. Why be anything else? We have a limited time on this planet. We have a limited time in a day, okay? So utilize your time and your energy for your benefit, for your joy, for solutions, for possibilities for yourself. Don't get in this hamster wheel of looking for a solution through paying attention to your problems, or to paying attention towards limitations, or towards paying attention to what you did wrong. Just do better. Just choose better. You got this. And if you are looking for more solutions, I recommend you watch my nervous system regulation video on how to regulate your nervous system and a few tips towards your well-being, because a huge part of the way we handle ourselves is reflected by how regulated or dysregulated our nervous system is. Okay, so take care of yourself.